Hi, and welcome to Underground Video Network's Behind the Counter. This is our very first episode of 2011.
Right. A lot of things has happened since the last episode, which was
Big holiday season.
right. So stay tuned.
And welcome to our first episode of 2011.
Yes, it's been a wild holiday season last month.
Yeah, a lot happened over the holiday season since our last episode. For me, one of the highlights of the holiday season was the Doctor Who Christmas special. It was the first time that the United States got to watch it at the same time as the people over the pond. A little summary of it was great. It was the first time they actually did a Christmas Carol themed show. The show takes place pretty much right after the season finale. We find the main characters, Rory and Amy Pond, on their honeymoon on a big cruise ship in the stars, and they're getting ready to crash. And there's only one person on the planet below that can ensure their safety, and it was the Ebenezer Scrooge type character played by Michael Gambon of Harry Potter fame. He was Dumbledore. He fit the role of the Ebenezer Scrooge character, and of course, you know, who better to play the Ghost of Christmas Past-ish character than the Doctor.
Especially with the TARDIS.
Especially with the TARDIS, yes. It was a great episode. I loved it very much. It had a very good holiday feel to it. One of the other main characters in the story was a famous singer. Her real name is Catherine Jenkins. She's a very famous Welsh singer. Was nice about it was the way Doctor Who always gives reference to, you know, popular literature. Her character in the show's name was Abigail Pettigrew, and not only for people who like, you know, the Harry Potter books, it was a nice little time because not only did you have Michael Gambon, who was Dumbledore, playing the Ebenezer Scrooge character, but her character's name in the show was Abigail Pettigrew, who, from anybody who knows Harry Potter, Pettigrew from Peter Pettigrew, who, you know, is, you know, instrumental in the resurrecting of Lord. Yeah, see, never say the name. So yeah, it was a great it was a great episode.
I really liked it. I mean, it was filmed a little dark.
Yeah.
But the whole Ebenezer Scrooge thing, it's a dark tale.
It's a dark tale,
so it
yeah.
really fit good. And it was neat seeing the shark in the air, though. The special
that made it right
effects
there. If you need two reasons for wanting to watch that show, I got two words. If for one reason to watch that show, I've got two words for you: flying shark. And it worked. It was great. I loved it. Other big Doctor Who news, much to the chagrin of many of the Doctor Who female friends out there. Don't worry, we're not going to TMZ on you, but we do have some engagement news. David Tennant, who's famous for being the 10th Doctor, is engaged. Like I said, much to the chagrin of many a female fan out there, and I'm probably sure a few males. The big news as to his engagement is who he's engaged to. He is engaged to Georgia Moffat. For fans of the show know, she played his daughter in the episode The Doctor's Daughter. Granted, they weren't very clever on the episodes, you know, named The Doctor's Daughter, but the two of them are engaged now. And what's a nice little bit of history is David is engaged to Georgia Moffat, who is the daughter in real life of Peter Davison, who played the 5th Doctor, who did a cameo with David Tennant in the episode Time Crash. And a nice little tie-in, too, is Georgia Moffat's mother, going into the whole BBC British thing. Her mother played Trillian in the original 1981 BBC miniseries of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So in summary, the 10th Doctor is now engaged to his daughter from the show, who in real life was the 5th Doctor's daughter, whose mother was Trillian from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, who in David Tennant's first episode mentions he knows Arthur Dent from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And if you're having trouble following along with that little bit of logic and you're a Doctor Who fan, just remember, wibbly wobbly.
Timey-wimey.
Comic books. We love them, you love them, and here we have some news about them.
Yeah, last December I went down to the Holiday Warehouse sale put on by Fearless Readers Comics and the Bell Book and Comic. It was a great little get-together. There was a bunch of different artists out of the Michigan area was down. They brought in can't think of her name right offhand. I'm going to screw that up. But and then Studio Kumikaze was there and stuff. So it was a really cool little thing. But they had comics, lots of comics, and I found a treasure trove. It was just great. I was going through everything, and I actually found partial collection of Atlas comics from 1975, and it's a coincidence that they're coming back this year in 2011, and in March they're going to be bringing back 3 titles, and I just thought I'd come up with and show some of these off because I remember these vaguely from back in '75 when I first bought them, but there was some good creators and stuff. The Destructor, which was done by Steve Dyko and Wally Wood. I mean, this is a great team up for the art.
Yeah.
And Archie Goodwin wrote it. So, I mean, this was predestined. This whole company was basically the Image comic of the 70s.
Yeah, it was like Image Comics before there was Image Comics.
And then there's going to be coming back out in 2011. The Grim Ghost will be coming back. Phoenix and Wolf the Barbarian. I mean, these are some great titles from the 70s. I mean, this is something unheard of. And I was fortunate back in the day, which I'm going to give my age a little bit here. I had actually bought Planet of the Vampires #3 in the day because these were through the normal distribution. There was no direct market back in the day.
Right.
This came through your normal drugstores, your news agencies, or whichever. And I had the fortune getting the first issue with a cover by Neil Adams.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a treasure trove, and I got a bunch of other books too from that same time period. And if you go to atlasarchives.com, you can learn the whole history of that. And then coming up in March of this year, which is 3 titles, as I said, Grim Ghost, Phoenix, and Wolf, and these are being done by some great people of today. Actually, Steve Niles is going to be doing Wolf, and that's from 30 Days and Nights. And this is just great. And then go to their website, which is atlas.comics.com. Just follow the link here or on our
don't
website.
listen to us, just hit the link right there.
And just go from there and just check these stuff out. And this should be interesting. And this month's previews, you can order this stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be great to see Atlas Comic Books, who, like you said, was the Image Comics of the day, bringing it back, doing it again, bringing it into, the modern fold. And there's going to be some really great titles that you, for like, Richard and myself, who are old enough to remember those runs, the little bit of nostalgia and with that flavor of the new.
Right. I mean, and this was some great creators at the time that did these. These weren't just your up-and-comers. This was some people that was established who left the system to do these because they actually had a contract where they could not work with Marvel and DC for a while after this until the whole thing folded in late '75.
Yeah.
So
that'll show you for for shunning us. We'll just go ahead and do our own book.
And moving on, some other comic news.
Yeah, real quick though, I felt like I missed out when we did our 2010 best of issue. Like I said, everybody pretty much figured I was going to mention the Superman book, but I felt like there was 2 titles in particular that I robbed that I wanted to mention here real quick. 2 of my personal favorites from 2010. One was Unwritten. Unwritten is written by Mike Gary and done by Peter Cross. It's got the Fables feel to it. The easiest way I can kind of describe the book without giving anything away, especially if you're a fan of the Harry Potter, not even the books themselves, but the flavor is you have a Harry Potter character, Tommy Taylor. He grows up, in real life, the character, the man who the character is based upon, slowly starts to figure out that he might not just be based on the character might not be based on him. He might actually be the character. And there's a lot of really great literary references in this book, from Moby Dick to Kill a Mockingbird. It was a great read. Anybody who likes Harry Potter, this is the comic book you ought to pick up. Another book I wanted to mention from 2010 was Morning Glories, done by Nick Spencer.
This is great.
This is a great book. For people that know me, I'm more of your cookie cutter superhero spandex fan. I loved this book. You would do yourself a great justice if you can even find them.
It reminds me a lot of what New Mutants was trying to accomplish back in the day.
Yes.
Like when New Mutants first came out, they were trying to be this teen antagonist style story, which this is like the modern day version.
Yeah, it's almost got that New Mutants, and for the people who remember the old TV show, The Prisoner, feel, because you've got these group of kids who all share something in common, who are thrust together by forces beyond their control, and there's that sinister, dark force at work that's just slowly starting to seep in. It's a great book. It's a great read. The art's great in it. It's my read for 2010. But on to comic book news. I think one of the big announcements that we heard over the past few months was that Marvel's editor-in-chief, Joe Quesada, is stepping down.
Right.
Yeah, he's officially taken the role. I have to get the card up because it's a mouthful. His new role in Marvel is going to be the Chief Creative Officer. I think they're just making up titles.
Yeah.
Pretty much what it is he's focusing on all the
Covers.
Marvel. Yeah, he's focusing on doing cover work, which is great. I like that.
He's a good artist. I mean,
is a good artist.
He needs to draw more.
Yeah, he is fantastic. From the business point of view, he's going to be dealing more with the property rights and how media handles
Correct.
the characters, which I think is great that they have somebody specifically for that. Since, I mean, comic book we've talked about it before. It's not just comic book paper and ink anymore.
It's Disney. Oh wait.
Oh wait, what? But no, it's expanded
At
so
Marvel.
much at Marvel. It's expanded so much into the other mediums, digital comic books, movies.
Disney XD.
Yeah. Hey, I like the Avengers cartoon.
It does. It works.
It works real great.
And there's going to be an Ultimate Spider-Man by fall. So.
Yeah. But no, he's in charge of that, the whole media and how.
Plus, he's going to be doing some stuff with Hasbro too.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we saw a great improvement in Marvel since he took over as.
It was a great run.
It was a great run.
He helped bring the independent guys into the Marvel fold
Yeah.
to do some very creative work. Wish he could have done more, but he did good. He did good. I'm not going to knock it. He did real good, you know. But it was cool.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing how he manages the media aspect of putting Marvel out there.
And that's what they need.
That's what they need. Yeah. And if DC was smart, they would.
They are doing it.
Well, yeah.
They got Cartoon Net.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The Young Justice.
That's right, Young Justice.
started-
That was my other big thing for the holiday
sorry.
season. No, that was a good tie-in, because, yeah, man,
And they
Young
just
Justice.
started as of our
Last
taping
night.
last night.
Yes. Oh, man, if you're not watching that show, find it. It was great.
It was good. And we're not sidekicks. Oh.
No, we're not sidekicks. The other news in Marvel, though, is that they haven't announced a new editor-in-chief to replace Joe Quesada. That was Axel Alonso. I'm sorry, I got to go doctor on you. Alonso. Yeah, he's taken over for Joe Quesada, and I'm really looking forward to see what he's...
And it should be a good fit.
It should be a good fit. So...
That's moving on. We've got website update.
Yep.
The whole website of undergroundvideonetwork.com has been updated.
Yeah,
New logo is in place. Thank
Yep.
you, Nikki. It was great.
It's great.
And stay tuned. We got the conventions coming up. We got a lot of shows this year.
2011 convention season is going to be brilliant this year.
And we got our list already up to dated. There's a couple more I still need to add, which we're working on. But hopefully we'll be at these shows and just as we did in 2010.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to have a great 2011. We hope to see you throughout it.